Okay, chat. We are going to try Am I Nima? This is a brand new horror game that's been getting a lot of buzz. And from what I understand, I think there's going to be some pretty heavy shit in this game. So I don't know, like I've never played it, but I think there's some really like kind of very difficult stuff about like a child not being treated very well and like a bad family situation. If that stuff's upsetting to you, you might want to sit this one out. But I'm very excited to see what this game is. Nima. Dark cloud, endless and utterly serene. The perfect undulating prison for you to spend eternity. An irritating yet familiar voice scratches at your brain, and you find yourself violently awoken by a mysterious figure. It worked. You're breathing. The air is cold and stagnant. The walls that surround you provide the room with a distant lack of natural light. You are underground. Dozens of boxes overflowing with trinkets bring a strange sense of comfort. That comfort dissipates as you realize you're tied to the chair you're sitting in. A bungee cord holds up your head. The stranger stands across the room, hesitating to approach. Nima, is that you? Words in your brain can be combined to unlock new words. So I combined Nima and stranger and I got mom. All the words are stored in your library after they're unlocked. When you're done, words can be dragged from your brain down to your mouth to unlock new dialogue options. That's fucking cool. So if we drag mom down, mom, what's going on? Wait. Yes, it's all coming back to you now. You are Nima Lee, and this is your mother, Annabelle Lee. Mom breathes a sigh of relief and smiles. Oh, thank God. I thought I'd lost you. She excitedly steps forward, but stops herself just short of throwing her arms around you in an embrace. She pauses. Lost? Me? Mom shudders. Let me bring you some food first. You must be starving. This feels... Oh, I am getting some nasty feelings from this. Mom exits the basement, excitedly clambering her way up to the stairs. I hope she trips and cracks her skull. Whoa! Who said that? You. Thanks, Mom. A sopping wet bowl of slop is gently presented to you. I don't like this. The odor, reminiscent of wet dog and dirty socks, is masked by an overwhelming amount of soy sauce. Your nose begins to shrivel like a worm left out in the sun. Mom unties your hands, but leaves your waist and head fastened to the chair. With some effort, you can now eat your gruel. She places a small dull spoon in your free hand. She's even uglier up close. Okay, we don't know who's saying that. That's like a different font. Mom. Okay, Nima, before you eat, we need to have a little talk. There was an accident. Your memories have been affected, and I want to ensure you're okay before everything goes back to normal. You're going to be living and sleeping in the basement for now. Nima, can you untie me? Mom, you're tied up for your own safety. If you fall unconscious, I don't want you to fall and hurt yourself. Just follow her rules and then we'll be free. Mom, you're not a prisoner. This is just a controlled environment for you to heal in, okay? You look at the bowl of food and then back up at her. You try to nod, but your head just bounces in your binds. Mom, all right. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing you items. I want you to think of how these items make you feel, if they bring back any memories. For now, let's start with something as simple as an example. She takes the bowl of gruel and pushes it towards you. What does this kongi make you think of? So I'm probably pronouncing that. That's probably from some culture I'm not familiar with. You can start to eat while we talk if you like. Okay, so if we've combined kongi and hunger, disgust. So you hesitate, looking down at the bowl and back at her. Although she claims There are no wrong answers. You know that is not true. She is looking for a specific response. You try connecting ideas in your mind and see where those trains of thought lead you. Tell me what you're thinking about. So if I say disgust, ew, despite every fiber of your being screaming at you not to, you bravely force a single spoon of piping hot congee down your throat. Overwhelmed by the pungent taste of Mom's unconventional methodology of cooking, you spit it back out. Better to starve to death than endure another mouthful of this overseasoned nightmare. Unsurprisingly, Mom looks away in shame and apologizes for the culinary travesty before you. Mom, I guess my cooking hasn't improved then. You, I'm sorry, Mom, I can't eat this. Mom, well, you have to eat something. You, can we order takeout? She cringes. The notion of spending money on greasy fast food when there is perfectly fine congee at home seems to cause her physical anguish. Mom, you know what? I have some Burgess Burger coupons upstairs. I've been saving them for a special occasion. To be determined if she'll remember to actually do this. Huh, she's going to feed us right now? You yawn. The bowl of congee certainly chased away your appetite. Now, you prefer to find a nice den to crawl inside and sleep. Mom sets the bowl aside and lets out a long sigh. She stares at you intently, preparing for something. How much of the accident do you remember? You shake your head. Some things just come to you, but as far as you're concerned, everything that's happened before you woke up this basement feels like a dream. Mom, you were swimming. You hit your head. Mom, you're lucky I was able to rescue you. You clutch your head as a bolt of pain travels to the top of your cranium down through your spine. Ow. Likely story. A memory surges to you. You recall looking up at your mother's stony face. In her hand, she clutches a small, sharp knife designed to cut through flesh and organs. Your mom looks worried as she reaches out to console you. You recoil away from her. Maybe we should talk about this later. Tomorrow, the real tests begin. You pass those and you'll be free to leave the basement and everything could return to normal. How am I supposed to so can I combine? So if we combine swimming, so if we combine pain and pain, nothing. If we combine pain and swimming, blood, rock. Rock and pain, blood, blood and pain, rock. Pain, river, rock. Okay. How am I supposed to pass if I can barely remember anything? Mom, I suppose it's only fair if you have a chance to ask me some questions in return. There's a shuddering pain racking your brain. You're almost spent for the day. Choose your next words carefully. What do you want to know? Why do I remember a rock? I got hurt while swimming? You feel like you don't trust that explanation. Mom, you went swimming by yourself and you hit your head on a rock. I told you not to go because the current was strong, but you didn't listen, as usual. So what happens if I go pain plus mom? I get Nima. You were lucky I found you when I did. You really? Yeah. Her voice is tinged with regret. She's lying to you. Your eyelids are growing heavy. You're running out of energy. Anything else you want to ask me about? Nima and drown. Fear. Okay. Mom, Nima. Lonely. I'm gonna ask lonely. Your job. Hungry. Am I Nima? Am I Nima? Your mother looks stricken, drawing away from you. She closes her heart, and instead of a smile, you see the same stony face you saw in the memory that flashed through your brain. I'm joking. My name is Mima. Your mother doesn't laugh. Nima, please, this is not a time to be joking. I need you to take this seriously. Well, that was a waste of a question, but it was worth it for the look on her face. You yawn, and your mother takes notice. Nima, sweetie, don't you think it's time to go to bed? I just have one more question. Okay, what about Nima and drown? Fear. Where's Dad? Where's Dad? Your mother looks down at her hands. Dad's not here. What do you remember about him? You search your mind for anything that you can recall about your father. The memory that returns isn't an event or story, but a smell. He smells like fish. Your mom's stony face cracks into a smile, and then she laughs. Yeah, he did. The pain surging through your brain terminates with a sudden pull of the plug. Your eyes cut to blindness, and then you feel your body fall forward, caught by the rope fastening your chair. You flicker in and out of consciousness as rogue bolts of electricity wiggle your neurons. Mom hums a familiar song. A pair of tender arms bear the full weight of your malnourished and sickly form. You are lowered onto a lumpy mattress, tucked in routinely and without indulgence. Whoever carried you here was hesitant to do so. Her acts of mothership seem little more than a performance. Despite that, you feel a gentle hand lovingly caress the side of your face, and once again, the world goes dark. Oh. That was an unsettling visual. Ugh, my head hurts. This is my room. I barely remember it. Oh, I like how this looks. Seems lonely. She needs a friend. Friend plush. Tomato boy. And I was her child. In this kingdom by the sea. A child's drawing. It vaguely remembers a koi fish. James Pond. Was it always this lumpy? Bed and love. No, let's not yet. A penguin. I wonder if they're ever jealous of the birds in the sky. Oh shit. It doesn't seem that bad. I think he's faking it. Corpse. This human looks strange. Do we just get disgust from that? I used to chew on these pencils. Tomato Boy is the coolest. I've read all the comics. Wish I could be a powerhouse of the cell. Save the whales. Though it is beautiful when a whale dies, they host an entire ecosystem. She spent a long time working on this one. No one ever read it. This book is about evolution. I wonder what we'll evolve into. Fossil, raw. Antibody ghost. Marine biologist. Forgiveness and mom equals shame. That's dark. Should I knock for mom? Yes. Mom, are you awake? You. Yes? Oh, I think like this game looks creepy in a way that I think is fantastically done. You hear her undo a series of deadbolts, opening the door only a crack for it to be caught by the chain lock that has held nearly close. She studies you. She closes the door. You hear her undo the last chain and open the door again. You didn't clean yourself up. The bathroom door was locked. Her cold demeanor thaws for a moment. Mom, shit. She pounds her head with the palm of her hand. She gestures for you to go sit at the table while she retreats into your room and unlocks the bathroom. Quick, lock her in. You hesitate, weighing the risk of trapping your mother in your prison. She returns quickly and efficiently. Your bathroom is unlocked. She doesn't take note of you passing by you to ascend the stairs in a staccato of thumps and exits the basement. You fidget in your chair, wondering if you did something to upset her. She's not buying it. She returns, trundling clumsily down the stairs. She holds the railing to keep herself steady. In her other hands, she carries a large tote bag bulging with concealed items. All right. She calms down a bit and smiles placidly at you. Good morning, Nima. Good morning. Don't forget to call her Mom. Did you sleep well? Mom? Mom, no. Disgusting. She is wearing the same clothes from yesterday. She looks disheveled. It's unclear if she slept at all. Mom, are you feeling any pain? Yesterday our conversation ended rather abruptly. Your vitals are stable now and you seem to have made a full recovery. Yes, I'm feeling well. Mom, good. She flips up a notebook and makes a note of that response. Mom, how is your sleep? Any interruptions or strange dreams? Lie to her. You, no. She flips her notebook closed and the fake smile turns into a real one. Mom, you're going to do better today, right? Today is going to be a little different from yesterday. With me, I have some items. All you need to do is tell me how they make you feel. Can you do that for me? You, yes. She places a plushie of a shark upon the table in front of you. For some reason, it invokes an unfamiliar feeling within. Okay. Let's get rid of all this. So for the shark, let's unlock Marine Biologist. Let's go Dad. Let's go Plush. Let's go Happy. Let's go Sad. Let's go Fear. Let's go Drown. Let's go Swimming. Okay, let's see what the... Oh. Okay, let's try a shark and happy. No, it doesn't go together. Let's try a shark and fear. So it's a predator. Okay, so when we combine dad and shark, we got aquarium and plush. So that leads me to believe that we went to the aquarium with dad and got this shark. So I'm guessing if we say aquarium, that's what she wants to hear. Nostalgia, sorrow, and most intriguingly, love. Now, is there anything this reminds you of? It reminds me of the aquarium. The trip. That's the toy. Yes, I got it! I got it! That's the toy Dad got for me at the aquarium. Can we go? Can we get tickets? Yes. Let us out of the bowl. So it's like there's another voice in me talking to Mom. Mom, it's not really a good time for that right now. You, aw man, promise me we'll go sometime, okay? Just like we used to go when Dad was still around. Memories of your father's embrace fill your mind. He's no longer with you, but the plush still connects you two together. Mom, maybe after we're all done here. Does that sound good? Yes. Okay. Mom lets out a maniacal chuckle. Mom, it's funny, you used to bring this thing everywhere with you. I remember you'd never let me take it from you, even to wash it. Your father used to say it was starting to look more like a catfish than a shark. He even considered buying a second one to switch out so we could clean it when you weren't looking. You, hey! He never did, don't worry. After he passed, you were even more inseparable. You wanted to hold on to anything that reminded you of him. You and Mom share a moment of nostalgic silence, reminiscing on the warmth of a face that fades more and more into memory every single day. Mom lovingly plants her hands on your cheek. Mom, I'm just glad I didn't lose both of you. Okay, Nima, let's move on to something else. She pulls out a chunk of rock in a strange formation entombed onto the surface. There's a prismatic glow to the rock and opalized skeleton frozen in time, and then cracked open like an egg. Mother hesitates, unsure if she should show you this thing. Still, she places it on the table and pushes it towards you. What does this remind you of? Okay, let's see here. So we got rock. Let's try corpse. Let's try bug. Let's try fear. Let's try ghost, friend, life, predator. A fossil from work. This is one of the fossils that you study at work. You're reminded of all the time your mom spent in her office toiling away with the descriptions and classifications of the fossils like these. A job that takes so much of her time and yet pays so little. You're working with these fossils pretty much all the time. You wrote books about them. Mom, do you remember this one's name? When you look at the fossil, the only thought that comes to your head is that it looks like a silhouette of a shadowed man. There's something that calls to you as if the shape of the stone is in the perfect shape to fit you. You have a desire to crawl inside the stone and become entombed within it. Oh, I don't like that. No. Mom, Morella Splendors. But that's alright. It's not important right now. You sigh. She constantly tests you on this useless shit. The small spark of anger unlocks a treasure trove of hidden resentment you held for your mother and her work, how much she offloaded onto you in order to prioritize her research. You, kind of a waste of time. Mom, what was that? You spent the whole summer down here obsessing over things that have been dead for millions of years. You touched a nerve with that. She reacts by balling up her fists. A steel veil crosses over her eyes. Mom, you spoiled brat. You can play and do nothing all summer. Maybe to you this looks like I'm wasting my time, but all this work I've done so we can fix our family. The voice in my head, you shouldn't have said that. Why not? It's the truth. So there seems to be two beings alive inside us. You play. You don't let me go outside. I felt like I was in prison. Mom, you had to learn your lesson. What lesson? You really shouldn't have said that. Mom, I don't think we should continue talking about this. I want to focus on happy memories today. Mom, you are my good and happy daughter, Nima. She speaks as if she's reminding herself who you are, but the tone is clearly suggesting that you've begun to wander off the script she set for you. What lesson, Mom? Mom, don't get all righteous with me, as if it's my fault we ended up like this. Mom, you're the one who betrayed my trust. You're the one who put this entire experiment in jeopardy. Mom, I was ready to forgive you, for us to go back to the way things were, but it seems you're too spiteful to move on. You're not Nima. Nima would never act like this. Nima would never question me like this. Mom, that's it. Time for bed. Your mother grits her teeth to hold herself back from speaking further. Gruffly, she picks you up by your arms and hauls you back to her room. She deposits you across the threshold of the door and then quickly closes the door behind you. You hear her voice muttering something about controlled stimulus as she stomps away from the door and begins ascending the stairs out of the basement. You messed up, pushed her buttons too much. She doesn't love you anymore. You banish the errant thought from your minds. After the interrogation today, you want for nothing else but the comfort of your bed. You find yourself awake in bed, the heavy weights on your arms. You try to wiggle and your arms push against a series of tight ropes that bind you still. I told you, she doesn't like failure. So it seems like in this game that there's like two voices inside of us. One seems to be the little girl or like the actual daughter, but then there seems to be something else in there as well. And I think what's going on is that the mom is trying to figure out this weird other voice inside us. Oh, that's creepy. I don't like this, chat. I don't like this at all. Like, that, it's so cool because, like, there's nothing gory or messed up or anything about that image, but it is creepy. Like, that is unsettling as fuck. Oh. Your mother enters the room, wiping a small steel pick with an antiseptic tissue. Oh. Mom, you awake? Mom, I didn't use enough anesthesia. Oh, Jesus Christ. You try to scream, but you discover your mouth is gagged. Mom, that's fine. You won't need it. She leans over, placing her knee on your stomach to pin you to the... Oh, this is so dark. She leans over, placing her knee on your stomach to pin you and gripping your face with a clawed hand. The pick inches closer to your eye. Mom, don't blame yourself. It's my fault, really. Something must have went wrong with the procedure for you to come out like this. She begins to caress your cheek. Her hands are trembling. Her hands are trembling ever so slightly. Mom, but that's okay. Oh! There's always next time. You feel the blade scrape past your socket and push into the nerves of your brain. Oh my god. Your life terminates with a pop as she severs your brain in half. Suddenly, it's dark. Dark, endless, and utterly serene. You spend an entirety in this darkness until a familiar voice. Nima, is that you? And we are back at the start of the demo. That ruled. Oh my god, that was so unsettling and fucked up. Welcome, Raiders. God damn. Okay. We're actually coming close to the end of our stream now, but what we're doing in these streams is this is Ghosttober. Every Friday we get together and we play some scary horror games and we rank them. And today we played Am I Nima and the SSR Wives. Let me just get that name right. And SSR Wives was fucking amazing, but Am I Nima was also incredible. Those were two really, really good horror games. I played it. We're going to be doing this for all of October and probably a decent bit of November as well. Just finding as many like weird and interesting horror games as we can find and just playing them. But yeah, we also have a little Google Doc where we rank the horror games we've played so far. This is only our second. We call it Ghosttober. This was only our second Ghosttober. Yeah, let's let me show you how things are ranking out. I like both these games. Personally, of what I have played, I think the two games we played today are leagues above them. At least in terms of like what I like. And I think it's hard, right? Because Am I Nima, what we just played, is like that's the scariest thing we've played. I think that was really unsettling and weird and cool and had a lot of interesting game mechanics. But the other one, SSR Wives, like, okay, I have to show you guys like just like what SSR Wives looks like, because it is a fucking vibe and a half. So let me show you real quick. So this is what SSR Wives look like. It's like a low poly anime Silent Hill, and it just has one of the coolest looks out of any game I have ever fucking played. Like, it was so awesome. And the game itself was also great. This is like classic era survival horror, but in a way that felt so like new and different and interesting. And it just, goddamn, like it's not just that it looked great or that it sounded great. It was like a fun, cool game to play. And that's why I'm kind of struggling with the fucking, right? And so I don't know. It's tough. It's a really tough call between these two games. The only thing about SSR Wives is like Hunky Bill Knight is right. It did have some like accessibility stuff in terms of it crashed while we were playing it, but it's a good ass game. Okay, so I think here's how we're gonna rank it, chat. I think for me personally, I think SSR Wives was just too much my shit to not have it in the number one slot. But I would say that Am I Nima is kind of the scariest game we've played so far. Like, that was unsettling and insane. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. Really, that was such a fun and good stream. I'm so glad we got to do that.